The attention has once again been grabbed by the country's lackluster inoculation drive, which was next to negligible when the government had time to wage a battle against the impending crisis. And now the panic-stricken administration has resorted to fresh directives to contain the exponential spread of the virus. Good morning, I am Bipashna Tamang and these are the headlines of the hour. Alarming resurgence of coronavirus reported across the country with almost 2,000 new cases identified through RT-PCR tests. Kathmandu administration issues fresh directives to curb the spread. CIB back on the drawing board to gather additional evidence in the infamous Lalita Niwas land scam. Executive Director of Narayan Hiti Palace Museum resigns after being dragged into Batas controversy. WHO warns that half of Europe will contract the Omicron variant within the next 6 to 8 weeks. 7 million new cases reported across Europe in the first week of the new year. And Iheanacho on target as Nigeria edged past seven-time champions Egypt in the Africa Cup of Nations Group D opener. Sudan and Guinea-Bissau and Algeria and Sierra Leone share points. An alarming resurgence of coronavirus is being reported across the country with 1,981 new cases confirmed yesterday through PCR tests. Meanwhile, the death toll has climbed to 11,607 with one fatality confirmed yesterday. Likewise, 463 other cases were identified through antigen tests. Kathmandu reported the highest 980 cases, followed by Lalitpur with 221 cases and Kaski with 87. Meanwhile, 313 individuals were discharged yesterday as the recovery rate stands at 97.5%. Meanwhile, 8,867 individuals are at home isolation and 655 are institutional isolation. Likewise, 93 patients are undergoing treatment at intensive care units in various hospitals and 16 critical patients are on ventilator support. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, 180,457 individuals received vaccines against coronavirus yesterday. Meanwhile, the Kathmandu District Administration Office has issued fresh directives effective from midnight yesterday until further notice. The District Administration Office has made it mandatory for all to use masks and sanitizers in public places and has urged general public to maintain social distance at any event. Likewise, any event with over 25 participants has been prohibited until further notice. Public offices, hotels, restaurants, cinema halls, stadiums, airlines, among others, will need to ensure vaccine card for entry from 21st of January. Likewise, the District Health Office is to coordinate with the local levels to establish free antigen test booths in public places. The District Administration Office has also stated all students between the age group of 12 to 17 years to mandatorily receive COVID-19 vaccines within a week. Physical classes up to highest secondary level have been halted till 29th of January. Despite the lapse of almost a year since the beginning of the vaccination drive against coronavirus, only 37% of the population has received full doses of the jabs. The government has failed in ensuring the efficiency of the inoculation campaign as it is yet to reach out to the entire population. However, the government has made arrangements to make the vaccination card a mandatory requirement for those seeking public services. This move is certain to add further burden to the citizens. More in this report.
Of the 30 million population, only 37% have received both doses of vaccines against coronavirus, while only 50% have received a single dose. Despite 12,798,000 doses of vaccines in stock and more doses being procured, the government has failed to ensure the efficiency of the inoculation drive. The government had begun the vaccination drive on the 27th of January last year from a limited vaccination centers. Despite the inoculation drive now being held in all local levels, the number of individuals reaching for the vaccines is yet to increase. This failure has been attributed to the inefficiency of the local levels. In such a situation, the mandatory requirement of vaccination certification is certain to add to the plight of the public. In addition to that, the number of single-dose vaccinations has increased as many have received the booster dose by abusing authority. With the possibilities of damage of vaccines in stock and the risks for those yet to receive vaccines, it is high time for the government to expedite an effective inoculation drive.
Questions have surfaced regarding the decision of the District Government Attorney Office after it termed the report and evidences prepared by the CIB against 360 individuals alleging them of forgery in the infamous Lalita Nivas land scam inadequate. According to sources, the office has identified the need for additional evidences and has therefore returned the files to the CIB. Likewise, District Government Attorney Office has also raised questions on several other information presented in the report. However, the CIB has said that it had utilized all available resources during its investigations. With the resolution of the case appearing distant, further investigations and time duration required by the CIB will draw the future course of the infamous scam. Meanwhile, the Executive Director of Narayan Hedi Palace Museum and Republic Monument Management and Operations Committee, Pesh Narayan Dahal, has resigned from his post. Dahal resigned early yesterday after being dragged into the controversy regarding an agreement with the Batas Group that led to the construction of a restaurant within Narayan Hedi Palace Museum. Legal complications and dilly-dallying of political parties has left the upcoming local-level elections in a limbo. Despite the recommendation of the Election Commission to hold the elections within mid-May, the government is yet to initiate necessary actions. The local-level polls are likely to be pushed as the political parties have yet to initiate efforts to resolve the legal dilemma. During a meeting with Prime Minister Shah Bahadur Deuba on the 24th of December, officials of the Election Commission had recommended for holding the local-level elections by mid-May. Prime Minister Deuba, on his part, had assured of taking a decision following consultations with political parties, saying that the local units will be left without representatives if elections were not held by mid of May. The Apex Election Authority had said that it required a period of 90 days to prepare for the elections. However, discussions have not been held regarding the local-level elections or resolving the legal contrast between the Constitution and other laws related to elections. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the local residents in border regions regarding why they think adequate security personnel have not been deployed for health checkup at border points. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
जनशक्ति पनि छ, पैसा पनि छ, इच्छा शक्तिको कमी हो।
कर्मचारीहरू जिम्मेवारी बोक्न चाहदैन।
सरकारको स्वत एकदम गलत हो।
सरकार र प्रदेश सरकार बीचको समन्वयता सम्बन्ध राम्रो नभएको कारणले
नागरिकको स्वास्थ्यप्रति जिम्मेवार बन्नु पर्थ्यो, त्यो हुन नसक्नु नै उले चाहिँ अब राख्न नसक्नुको मुख्य कारण हो।
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's the question: what should be done to promote cottage and small-scale industries? Your options: option A, introduce relevant policies; option B, subsidies for coronavirus-affected entities; and option C, prioritize consumption. The voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
Defending champions Tribhuvan Army Club suffered their first defeat at the Prime Minister Cup 2020 cricket tournament as they lost by 4 wickets to departmental opposition's Dapal Police Club. Having lost the toss, Army were put to bat as they were bowled out for 137 runs in 19.5 overs. Opener Sumpal Kami scored 42 runs while Binod Bhandari contributed 44 to take Army to a respectable total despite 6 of their batters failing to touch double digits. Karan Casey was pick of the police bowlers as he grabbed 4 wickets. In reply, Nepal Police chased the target of 138 runs in 18 overs, losing 6 wickets. Kushal Mullah top scored for the police side with 35 runs while Rashid Khan contributed 28, Dilip Nath added 25 and Anil Shah chipped in with 22 runs. Shahab Alam picked 3 wickets for the Army men. It was the second successive win for Nepal Police Club in the tournament. In another match, Karnali secured a 31-1 win over Province 1 to earn their first victory at the tournament. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.